Exiled to Earth by the Time Lords, Doctor Who is living in London. Now famous for his incredible exploits, the Doctor is invited to appear on a TV panel game by well-known compere Perry Conway.
Now welcome folks to Explain My Mystery, an exciting new panel game. Now our first guest this evening is Mrs. Swiggings. Now she has a very strange mystery to tell us about. Go ahead, Mrs. Swiggings.
'Tis a fearful tale I have to tell about the poltergeists and such like. Every Friday night, around 8 o'clock, there comes a terrible banging within the walls of me old house, and a howling that rattles my windows.
Well, Doctor, you've heard the dear lady's tale. Can you explain her mystery?
Possibly. Yes, I think so. Tell me, Mrs. Swiggings, do you have a lodger?
Yes, a fine gent. He occupies my basement. Always keeps himself to himself.
Just as I thought. I think the banging you hear within your walls every Friday night is probably the lodger taking his weekly bath. Old places like yours tend to have noisy plumbing, Mrs. Swiggings.
I've had enough of being made a fool of. What about the howling then? What about that?
Oh, probably a stray hound down the road, ma'am. But certainly not a ghost.
Nothing like a little amusement to start the show. But now on to a far more serious story. Farmer Glenlock Hogan has a baffling and truly chilling mystery for our panel. Take it away, Farmer Hogan.
I tell ye, there's weird goings-on down on my farm. It's my scarecrows. I've seen them at night. Come alive they do, and sort of sleepwalk.
An eerie account indeed. Any ideas, panel?
Frankly, I can think of no logical explanation.
Nor I. Very troubling.
None of the experts can help you, Farmer Hogan, but I've got a theory. Maybe you've been watching too many horror films.
Laugh at me if you will, but it's true. All I tell you is true.
Later, as Glenlock Hogan storms from the studio.
Wait a minute, Hogan. I'm not one of those who laughed. Take me to your farm.
This scarecrow affair interests me.
At last, a believer. Aye, come with me, Doctor, and I'll show you sights that will chill your spine.
Your account of the scarecrow sleepwalking is fascinating and warrants further investigation.
A weekend at my farm will provide you with all the time you'll need.
Lightning forks the night sky as the Doctor and Glenlock Hogan arrive at the rambling farmhouse.
Get yourself in the dry, Doctor. I'll settle with the driver.
The storm rages until 2 o'clock in the morning, when suddenly, calm descends.
'Tis clearing up now. 'Twas on just such a night following a storm that I first spied the scarecrows moving across my landscape. A fearful sight that was, and no mistake.
Fetch your coat and a couple of pairs of gumboots, Hogan. We may as well strike while the iron's hot.
Aye, all right, Doctor, if you think your nerve will hold.
And so the two friends venture out into the moonlight.
There be a leafy thicket close to the scarecrows where we can hide.
The vigil begins.
All we can do is wait and watch.
2 hours later, with sleep about to overcome the two friends, suddenly, by the powers, a mass of swirling light.
There'd be more to come, Doctor. Much more.
Looks like the straw men are being charged with some sort of life force.
'Tis true what you say, Doctor. See, their bodies begin to twitch.
Stiff scarecrow's limbs jerk into motion, and the scarecrows begin their night walk.
This is the sight I've witnessed twice afore. Surely it ain't no illusion. Those stick prints certainly aren't an illusion, Hogan. They're as real as you and I. Come on, man, let's follow the creatures. This affair demands attention. But Doctor, there may be terrible danger. Terrible danger! Come on, Hogan, we must follow. Very well, but I don't mind admitting I'm scared, and that's the truth.
The strange life-charged scarecrows pause in a small clearing.
They've stopped in their tracks.
Could be they've sensed our presence. Suddenly, a staggering surprise rocks the Doctor to his foundations.
Step forward, Doctor Who.
By the powers, how on earth would they know my name?
Who calls me?
Servants of the Time Lords. It is they who have filled us with life force.
The Time Lords. I knew they'd catch up to me. They exiled me to Earth, but I escaped before they could change my appearance.
We knew your curiosity would lure you here. Now it is our duty to carry out the rest of the sentence passed on to you by our masters.
Fear no more, Hogan. After this dreadful night has passed, your scarecrows will not walk again.
Dang me, he can still talk.
It only remains to carry out the final part of our task.
The Doctor is carried towards a dark but familiar shape. The TARDIS.
If I live till I'm 105, I will never see such things again.
Inside the TARDIS,
the change of appearance is beginning. Let us leave before dematerialization takes place.
as the TARDIS dematerializes,
no human being will believe the account of what I've witnessed.